everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. The Buccaneers hope by the end of today's game they'll have secured win number 1 on the season. It's the Packers going up against the Buccaneers. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
Now we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Tonight we start Week 5 with a primetime matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Try and start this drive in the air. Looking left side, and it's complete. A good pickup there, 22.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Back to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
And it appears they'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive.
Here we go.
Now back to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. Able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. Goff on 1st down. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The 15 yards there on the catch and run.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Such a solid defensive effort a week ago, and they'll be looking to carry that forward into this one.
And confidence grows. Every time you have a great performance, you think the next one's going to be even better. That's where this defense is today.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
And his kick is good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Well, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the two defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth. So they test out the secondary with a deep ball, but the defense wins this round.
And everything looked right. Beautiful throw, just unable to connect.
Fielded at the 20. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. It looked like he might beat that last man. He doesn't, though, but it goes as a 32-yard return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And it'll give the Packers a first down.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, you know, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive linemen.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out. Well, still in search of the first down after that last completion. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Here's Goff. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay. From the gun, here's Goff. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Again, Goff. Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And they thought they could exploit this defense with some really quick hitters, quick action. They worked on that in practice. We just saw it there.
And we saw them break it down to the fundamentals as well. Each position group had their own little work on it. You know, they worked on a drill here with the receivers, a drill there with the quarterbacks. Then they brought it all together, and now it's paying off in the game.
3rd down now following the completed pass. Goff throwing again. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice...
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And this one through the uprights and good. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
While there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Now, that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum. Or you can...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A great effort there with his second. Of the year, and the Packers add on to their lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense. 6 defensive.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. And it's 17-7. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. This one taken just inside the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. Tough spot for the offense. 3rd and 8. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Throwing again is Goff. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
The coach is always harped on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd.
Let's go.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first, this one from 38. And this one is right through. But there is a penalty marker down. They might be forced to try this one again. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he powers his way up past the 30. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. They'll throw now on the final play. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete on the deep ball. Hey, you. Yeah, you. John, why'd you skip Larry's halftime? I'm just kidding. I don't know who you are. But if you're John, I bet you're pretty freaked out for a second. All right, let's get to the third quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Second down following the run.
Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit. Set.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
Now he's forced out right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Shift together here from the D-line. On 2nd and 10, Goff. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make some. Good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted them to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Goff. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Goff on first down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. They come out here in the eye. On the keeper, here's Goff. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Hey, give him credit. That's a good, solid game there on the sneak because it all comes together. Enough space, get forward, gain yardage. Well done.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
Here we go now.
Goff gonna, and he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Jared Goff, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
And the sneak works on 2nd and goal. They didn't wait until it was 4th down to try and get him across.
No, and I think if you're the QB, you like these plays, don't you? I mean, you want to hand it off sometimes, but also prove that you can get it in there as well.
Yeah, it makes you really part of the gang, doesn't it? It makes you part of the crew, and it really bonds you with those big offensive linemen because then you get to celebrate with the big fellas.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know in the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. They give him 12 yards and a first down.
That was a nice completion on an out route. And those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Let's go.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Very difficult night for the guys on offense. They've got to be looking at each other in the huddle and on the sidelines. How are we going to find some open space to complete a pass and find open room to run? This defense all night long has squeezed down the passing lanes, made plays on the football. It's really been a thing of beauty for them. He's got to figure all day long prepping for the game. They had to have talked about it again and again. Squeeze passing lanes, and we'll be in great shape.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. Past the 20. Acott's right sideline in some space. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. So a 3rd and 8. And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
They're going to look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. So he makes the grab, and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line, giving them time to complete that first down pass.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run, because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Here comes the D swarming to the line. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Given 6 on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. He'll drop to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. A long drive here. Play 12 coming up for the offense. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left. And that will keep our score right where it is. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. This will be taken short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way, because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there, but guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Now it's 2nd and 7. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And some room to work. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the fourth quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll try the air now with Goff. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Goff. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, there's no doubt that this is a huge defensive series right here. They've got to hold them to a field goal attempt or less. Otherwise, this game just might be out of reach. Let's see if they can hunker down and get it done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. On the keeper, here's Goff. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the 1st down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. They come out with one back, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Jared Goff with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. To throw is Goff. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares?
Making a Packer pressure, and down he goes. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Let's go! Red 38! Red 38! Flex round! Flex round!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the big cushion here in the final stages of this one. I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly, and now the final moments of this one. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.